Welcome back. All right, so we have 13 games on December 3rd. It is a busy night, but I mean it's not one that I can't handle. I do kind of like the scheduling, to be honest with this. So we have one matinee game starting at 2 o'clock Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. So that is between the Anaheim Ducks and the Minnesota Wild. Minnesota won the first meeting on November 9th by a score of 4-1. The third meeting will be December 21st. So by Christmas, these teams are done with each other. For Anaheim, they're 6-16-2. Trevor Zegras has been good, but the points total, I think they want more out of him at 8 goals, 12 assists for 20 points. Cam Fowler, very prominent veteran on the blue line, 2 goals, 10 assists for Fowler, very reliable. For Minnesota, they're 11-9-2 on the season. Zuccarello has been excellent, 8 goals, 14 assists, 22 points, because he plays with Kaprizov. Kaprizov's made him look a lot younger and faster, and I think this is the best I've seen Zuccarello play. Kaprizov has 14 goals, 16 assists for 30 points. So that should be a fun matinee game. And then in between that matinee game and these games, of course, I'll do the recap of this one. I keep wanting to say review, but recap of this. And we'll be doing a live stream as well at 2:30 Pacific, which is 5:30 Eastern. That's an hour and a half before a lot of these games get started. And it's just one of those hangout streams. We might be doing those a little more often. Honestly, this season just rolls along, and there hasn't been trades, firings. It's weird. It just feels like it's this grind every day, and I don't know. Anyways, you guys can let me know if you feel the same way with the regular season. It hasn't had the flash. It hasn't had the drama of a normal regular season recently. No, like big. Okay, everything's shut down. Anything like that, which is good. 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific, we have the Colorado Avalanche in against the Boston Bruins. It's the first of 2 meetings. They'll meet again in Denver on December 7th. So they'll be done with each other 4 days from now. Or 5 days from right now and 4 days from when this game takes place. The Colorado Avalanche are 13-7-1. Mikko Rantanen's been fantastic as usual. 14 goals, 17 assists, 31 points. Makar, who had a bit of a slow start by his standards, really playing well. 6 goals, 17 assists, 23 points, and of course, reached 200 career points faster than any defenseman in NHL history, so that's something. On the Boston side, they're 19-3. They're going for their 14th straight home win. Krejci in 19 games has 8 goals, 10 assists, 18 points. Krejci might be having the best season he's had in a decade. Pasternak, 14 goals, 18 assists, 32 points. He's pasta. He's fantastic. Also at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, which is a popular start time. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 starting at that time, and then 1.5 an hour later. But again, with the way this is scheduled, it shouldn't be that hard to keep up with things. So the first of 2 meetings between Montreal and Edmonton at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. The other meeting will be on February the 12th. Montreal's 12-10-1, and they're staying in this. That's why I wanted to do a video on them today. Caulfield, 13 goals, 9 assists, 22 points, has been very good. And Kirby Dach, his career's been resurrected with Montreal, 4 goals, 13 assists, 17 points. Really smart trade by Kent Hughes there. On the Oilers side of things, they're 13-11 on the season. Zach Hyman with 9 goals, 15 assists for 24 points. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, 10 goals, 15 assists, 25 points. Nugent-Hopkins is very quietly having a very good season, as is Zach Hyman. And that doesn't include all the goals Hyman should have on top of the 9 he already has. So there's at least 3 or 4 times in recent games where he should have, could have, maybe could have had other goals that didn't go in. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start between the New Jersey Devils and the Philadelphia Flyers. This first meeting took place on October 13th. Philadelphia won 5-2. That was when Devils fans weren't very happy with Lindy Ruff. The other meetings will be on December 15th as well as February 25th. So they'll see each other again this month. On New Jersey's side, they're 19-4-1. That one, of course, being from their last game last night against Nashville. Heischer, 10 goals, 16 assists. Remarkable season for him, as is for Jack Hughes. 12 goals, 16 assists for 28 points. These guys are lockstep with each other. It is a very dangerous team. On the Philadelphia side, and yeah, I'm taking Philadelphia. Why not? I don't think I've worn a Philadelphia jersey for a preview all season. I have a funny feeling about that one. So 8-11-5, and plus I hadn't worn this jersey yet, so I thought, sure, we can do that. Konechny, 18 games, 8 goals, 12 assists for 20 points. So Konechny's been their best offensive player. And then you have D'Angelo with 3 goals, 8 assists, 11 points. I got D'Angelo up there because, honestly, his totals are a little bit underwhelming since a really good start to the season. So if they could get more offense from the blue line and just more offense in general, they'd be doing a lot better. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start between San Jose and the Ottawa Senators. So the first meeting was in San Jose, and the Sharks won that on November 21st by a score of 5-1. San Jose's 8-14-4. Erik Karlsson's their leading scorer, 11 goals, 21 assists, 32 points. I believe he played for Ottawa at some point. I believe he was traded to San Jose. I don't know, didn't get a lot of media attention. Logan Couture, 13 goals, 10 assists, 23 points for him. He has been the leader for that team on and off the ice for a while now. And then on the Ottawa side, they're 9-13-1, coming off of a win tonight against the New York Rangers. Stützle, 9 goals, 14 assists, 23 points, was all around the net, could have had more goals than he had. Same with Tkachuk, 11 goals, 17 assists, 28 points. My advice to Ottawa would be hit the net. Hit the net. Whoever San Jose puts in there, hit the net. You're likely to get some goals here. And for Ottawa, again, they need to get on a run, take the momentum from that win over the Rangers, and use that to get a win over a San Jose team that should be a bit tired on this road trip they've been on, right? So take advantage, even though this will be the second game in 24 hours for the Sens. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start between St. Louis and Pittsburgh. This is the first of 2 meetings. They'll meet again on February the 25th. For St. Louis, they're below 500 again. They're 11-12. Kyrou, 9 goals, 10 assists, has been excellent lately. Tarasenko did get his 5th goal recently, so he's got 5 goals, 12 assists for 17 points. St. Louis just needs to get more consistency. On the Pittsburgh front, they're 12-8-4. Their consistency, Jake Gensel's part of that. 20 games, 12 goals, 11 assists, 23 points. Raquel is a goal scorer again. 10 goals, 5 assists, 15 points. 30 goals. I have known he's capable of that for a long time, and it's nice to see him getting those goals again. Also at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, the Toronto Maple Leafs in against the Tampa Bay Lightning. This is the first of 3 meetings. They'll meet again December 20th as well as April 11th. Toronto is 15-5-5 on the season. Austin Matthews, who takes a lot of criticism, but he's got 12 goals, 15 assists, so he has 27 points in 25 games. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. Tavares, 12 goals, 14 assists for 26 points. So the scoring is there for Toronto. On the Tampa Bay side, they're 14-8-1. They're playing very well right now. Stamkos, 13 goals, 15 assists for 28 points. Just having reached 1,000 points, we'll see if he gets 1,001, 1,002, etc. And Kucherov, 10 goals, 25 assists, 35 points. Keeping in mind this is in Tampa. This is a really good test for Toronto and for Tampa as well. Could be game of the night. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start between Vegas and Detroit. This is the first of 2 meetings. They'll meet again January 19th. Vegas is 17-7-1. Weren't they 16-4 not that long ago? 13-2 as well. So it's been a bit of a drop for Vegas now. Eichel, 12 goals, 16 assists, 28 points, has still been very good. He's still putting the puck in the net. Eichel may still very well have his best offensive season he's had in his career. Riley Smith, 11 goals, 6 assists, 17 points. Still pretty good at putting the puck in the net. On the Detroit side, not Dallas side, Dallas isn't even playing. Don't know where that came from. Detroit side, 11-6-5 is their record. Dylan Larkin, 9 goals, 16 assists for 25 points. Kubalik, 9 goals, 13 assists for 22 points. So Kubalik still producing at a point per game. That's pretty good for a guy that they got that I don't think Yzerman envisioned these kinds of points from him, but it still makes him look like a genius anyways, so take it. 7:30 Eastern, 10:30 or 4:30 Pacific. I'm going the wrong way. 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 Eastern. Chicago and the New York Rangers. This is the first of 2 meetings. They'll meet again in Chicago on December 18th. Chicago's 6-12-4, and I was tempted to wear a Chicago jersey for this preview because I got a funny feeling with what's going on with the Rangers. I wouldn't be surprised if Chicago beat them. But Domi, 7 goals, 9 assists for the struggling Blackhawks. Taves, 8 goals, 5 assists, 13 points, again, for the struggling Blackhawks. And I think they're due for a win. So we'll see what happens with the Rangers. They're 11-9-5 on the season. Panarin, 6 goals, 20 assists for 26 points. Adam Fox, 6 goals, 20 assists for 26 points. And honestly, I thought Panarin had a decent game tonight, but there was a back check that he missed on one of the goals for Ottawa. So, yeah, we'll see how things go tomorrow against Chicago. But if they lose against Chicago, when I update that power rankings board, that's going to be a nightmare. 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific start between the Arizona Coyotes and the Vancouver Canucks. Oh, I thought about putting up a trap magnet there, but who would the trap be for? It's not like Arizona's been a lot worse than Vancouver record-wise. So this is the first of 3 meetings. They'll meet again March 16th and April 13th. For Arizona, this is game 87 of this road trip. They're 7-11-3. Keller, 7 goals, 14 assists, very consistent. Nick Schmaltz, since returning from injury, 6 games played, 3 goals, 1 assist, 4 points. He's been solid. On the Vancouver front, they're 9-12-3. Bo Horvat was the leading goal scorer in the NHL, or he was close. He's not now. Jason Robertson's decided, it's mine. So Horvat's 5 goals off the pace with 17 to go with 7 assists. Quinn Hughes continues to be a marvel. 20 games, 21 assists. No goals. Hughes had intended to hit the 10-goal mark this year, and I thought, he could. But at the very least, he's getting a little over a point per game, which is pretty good for a defenseman. 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific start between Florida and Seattle. So this is the first of 2 meetings. They'll meet again on December 11th. So I find it interesting that a lot of the interconference matchups, they're going to meet again during this month. So for Florida, they're 11-9-4. Tkachuk, 11 goals, 21 assists, 32 points. Had a very productive game against Vancouver after being shut out by the Flames. Ekblad, 13 games, 4 goals, 6 assists, 10 points. I don't know if Ekblad's back into being one of the more underrated defensemen, but it does feel like he is. On the Seattle front, they're 15-5-3, a 7-game winning streak. Beniers, 10 goals, 11 assists, 21 points for him. He's just been amazing. He's picked up where he left off last year. He does not look like a rookie. Burakovsky, 9 goals, 16 assists, 25 points, has been a huge part of the turnaround for the Seattle Kraken. 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific start between the Washington Capitals and the Calgary Flames. This will be a fascinating one in that Washington won on November 25th, 3-0. So this is the last time these teams meet this season, unless they meet in the Stanley Cup Final. 10-11-4 is the record for Washington, so right now they're just worried about getting back in the hunt for a playoff spot. Ovechkin, 13 goals, 12 assists, 25 points. I believe he had an assist during that game against Seattle, but the goals he gets against Vancouver, a lot of it, I think 4 of his 13 goals are in the 2 games against Vancouver. Connor Sherry has been very good for key goals at key times. 8 goals, 5 assists, 13 points. On the Calgary front, a frustrated Calgary team at 10-10-3, but Huberdeau seems to be picking it up. 4 goals, 9 assists, 13 points overall for him. Toffoli has been excellent. I said last week I thought he's the most exciting player right now. 8 goals, 8 assists, 16 points for Toffoli. Not too shabby. 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific start between the Carolina Hurricanes and the LA Kings. So this is your game that might end up going to a shootout. It's been better lately, though. The 7:30 starts haven't been going as late. So January 31st will be the other meeting between these teams in Carolina. The Canes are 13-6-5. Sebastian Aho, 9 goals, 16 assists, 25 points, has been their best player. Svechnikov, their best goal scorer at 14 goals, 10 assists, 24 points. So best goal scorer, best player, not necessarily the same player. It can be, but it's not always. I could do a video on that. That'd cause some arguments. LA, this is their best player, and it's not their best scorer, and then that'd be the comment. LA, 13-9-4, coming off of a win last night against Arizona. Kopitar, 7 goals, 14 assists, 21 points. I think he has 3 goals in their last 2 games. Kaliev, 8 goals, 8 assists, 16 points, has looked very good. And the LA Kings, honestly, they should end up in a playoff spot. And this game against Carolina is a really good test of that. Carolina, it feels like, is coming out of that rough patch they were having. This game's a good test to see if that's the case as well. Let me know your picks in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing right through you just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.